The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606-344-0217, or you can reach me by email, heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
Bryant Medicine All Sports Media presents Around the Region Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Mark Gregory, with two that's left, and I don't know. Well, there's Ryan. I thought Ryan was getting stage fright like Edward, but alongside Ryan Garnett and Edward Hall, I think Ryan's got the old-fashioned hacks, but we'll probably get him back on after he stops coughing in about 10 minutes. But Ryan, how you doing?
Yeah, besides hacking and coughing all day long for the last 2 days.
And of course, Edward, he gets stage fright. It'll take him a few minutes to come on, but we got a good show lined up. We got Jacob Tindall from Millsboro. We also got Sanders Turner from Turner Sports Group, and sort of looking forward to that interview. They're out of the world's famous. They do the radio show, the world's famous 97.3 WJSN Sports Talk, and I'm telling you, it's a real good show. I got the honor to be on it, be invited on it one night, and I'll be honest with you, I was nervous, very nervous. It was me stepping out my element, but them guys made me feel right at home, and I believe I got rolling a little bit there toward the end, but just a great group of guys. So I just told them, I said, I have to get you on my show one day. That they really know their stuff and cover a lot of Kentucky high school sports. They cover and talk about a little bit of everything, but I'm looking forward to that. Of course, got Jacob Tindall on also from Millsboro. What a win for them, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, really, really close game. What I could kind of keep my eye on it doing work. I've been out over high school sports completely.
Yeah, it's sports all over the place right now. And again, if you want to push the buttons for me, if you don't care, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. We'll start with the Bryant Family Medicine, and again, cannot say enough about them and Dave and all of them. They just treat you like family over there, and cannot say enough about their generosity. And talk about another generous lady, Heather Martinez, and cannot again say enough about her and what she did for us and her generosity also. And if you're the market provider selling, she's definitely the person to go, talk to if you're in buying for a home. She's definitely the person to talk to. We're getting some echo or something. I don't know where it's coming from, but get a lot of echo. But that being said, cannot say enough about her generosity. But Edward, you finally with us?
Barely.
Well, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. That's all I can really tell you.
I think me and Edward is in the same boat.
But that being said, yeah, I'm getting a lot of echo. Are you just getting a lot of feedback? I'm getting a lot of background right now. I don't know what's going on. What sports weekend? What can we say? And a lot of football, a lot of basketball, a little bit of everything. And cannot say enough about it. But just Ryan, tell us about the high school action there Friday night.
What I got to actually got there and see when I got there inside of the building. I mean, very, very close game. I really not get unless y'all know the answer to it. I don't know when the last time a Bell County game at home went into a overtime. So I don't know if y'all have the answer to that because I do not.
Edward, I know you went and watched a pretty good game yourself there Friday night. Tell us about it.
Well, I went down to Bradner Stadium, Lee Majors Field, to watch Middlesboro take the field against Lexington Sayer, and it was a back and forth battle. From what I can tell you, is opening part, Middlesboro fumbled that allowed Sayer to take the early lead, and needless to say, Sayer has a field goal kicker that looks like he can every bit kick it about 50 yards. So, they got a tremendous field goal kicker. But, they scored the opening play. Middlesboro answers back real quickly, scores, makes it 6-7 because they failed to convert the 2-point conversion. Then they stop them on a drive. A punt pins them kind of deep. They flop fields. And it's a one-pass play from Deacon to Joseph Killian for him to walk in the end zone for Middlesboro to take the lead. And then they never let up from there for a back-and-forth battle for Middlesboro to come out on top. I believe by 7 was what they ended up winning.
Yeah, big win for Middlesboro, and Bell County lost a heartbreaker, and again, regardless if you're a fan of the game, fan of the team, or whatever, you just like to watch good high school football, and there was a lot of good high school football Friday night, and it's not season over for no folks. Season starting Friday night. Well, I don't know. Maybe they got some Thursday night playoff games. I'm sure Ryan might. Oh yeah, Ryan says they got some Thursday nights. So.
Those 4, and those one of them is inside the 13th region. Middlesboro does play Holland on Thursday night.
Okay, so season starts. The second season starts on Thursday. But let's go ahead and give a shout out to our photographers, and Edward and Ryan could put together them lovely graphics that they do without these photographers out there taking these pictures, and then allowed us to use these. But shout out to Keisha Ambergy. Go ahead, Ryan.
I did get the answer to my own question that I asked. The last time they had a home overtime game at Bell County was in 2000, when it was September the 2nd of 2000.
But shout out to Keisha Ambergy, Jonah Deaton, John Dickinson, Scott Powell, Dennis Mills, Tanner Hoskins, Mater's Memories, Chrissy Brassfield, Bob Cornett, Erica Felty Marler, Cassidy Saylor, Sandra Whitehead, Scott Bunch, Daryl Lovett, Carrie Mattingly, Savannah Philpott, Valerie Rutherford, Edward Hall, Allison Messer, Ryan Garnett. Who else am I missing?
The Wildflower photography.
Wildflower Fames photography. Nevaeh Allen's photography. Then several outside the region. You got Scott Warren. Big thank you to basically every photographer we have.
And as you folks know, we don't charge nothing for any of our work. All of our stuff is free and shareable. So we are very appreciative of these photographers who allow us to use their stuff, And, it just shows you how generous they are. It shows you that they truly want to promote the student athlete and not try to turn this around and use it for their own purposes. A big thank you for them. And like I said, all of our stuff is free and shareable. And a big shout out to them that allows us to use their stuff. And they're more than welcome to use our pages at any time. And just a great big thank you to them. But that being said,
well, I'm going to go a little bit more in detail with what Ryan answered you. So September the 22nd, 2000, Bell played Glasgow at home and lost 20-21 in overtime. Was the last time they went in overtime.
Good to know. But I'm gonna watch the coldest weather game in the history of Bell County football that went into overtime. Back probably before you two was even following football. That shows you how old I am. Just saying. Back in '91, Bell County beat Covington Catholic in overtime, 7-0.
Wait, Raymond, go back.
Or
Looking at
6-0.
White House.
I think once he scored, it was game over 6-0. I'm gonna say 6-0.
However, that White House over
But
there.
that was back in '91. I don't know if KHSAA was even keeping stuff by then. Was he, Ryan?
98 said false. It would go back.
So I'm getting pretty old. But are we ready for our first guest?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's welcome aboard Jacob Tennell, and thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Jacob, I gotta ask you first off: have you slept much since the big win there Friday?
No, not a whole lot.
I don't think I would be either. You know, I could just imagine the feeling after that game. Just let's go to after the game and just tell us your thoughts when the final score, the final seconds was ticking off, and you knew that Yens was winning that game. What was your thoughts and feelings on that?
I mean, it's a big win.
Hold on, kill me.
Beating a team like that in the state. So, I mean, let us have some more playoff games at home, which is going to help us when we get to the playoffs. So,
Absolutely, and and coming into that was just a heavyweight matchup as you could. Well, I mean, I knew that we knew how good Jens was. You know, we've been covering you all year. We also know how good Sarah was, if I'm pronouncing that right. Am I pronouncing that right, Ryan? I know you're going to correct me.
I would believe so.
Okay. So
It's
we'll go with
insane.
that. Okay. So we knew how both teams was going. So was this week any more different for you, or was it just same old, same old? Let's just go to work and do our own thing.
I mean, it's same old, same old. I mean, every game's going to be important to win. So, still had to practice hard and everything.
And just describe the atmosphere. I know Edward was at that game, and I know what he's told me. But you, as an athlete, describe the atmosphere there.
I mean, it's big atmosphere. I mean, a lot of people didn't think we could win that game, so definitely put something in us to win that game. And I mean, fans showed up and everything. So,
but you definitely showed up as a team. That's I know you have to take it one game at a time and being an athlete, but we as media, we could say, what a game, what a game, what a game, you know. So, yeah, you definitely opened a lot of eyes with that win.
yeah.
But Ryan and Edward, go ahead.
I'm gonna go back to the first of your season. When you saw the schedule at the first of the season, what did you think about the schedule?
I mean, we knew it was gonna be. We was gonna have some tough games like Sayre and Breathitt. Those were like our two games that we thought were gonna be the toughest. So
Yeah, hold on.
And then now, and my next question is:
Wait on me,
once you
Cooper.
how to go in the playoffs, how is it going to change the way y'all do things, or is it going to be like the same way you do things every week? Or is it bring a Thursday night game now?
I mean, it's just gonna. It ain't really gonna change anything for us for like practice wise. We're still gonna keep doing the same things and keep going at practice hard. Just prepare for Thursday instead of Friday.
And then my last question. So one question I like to ask the other athletes, and Mark is smiling because he knows where I'm going with this. In Middlesboro / Bell County, what's your favorite restaurant to eat at?
My favorite restaurant probably be Hyro Hibachi in Middlesboro.
Very, very good Chinese place.
Yeah.
There's like a bocce truck that comes in front of Walmart on Thursdays here in Williamsburg. I had to invade it every time. That's some of the best eating around.
Yeah.
Edward.
So, Jacob, I've got to see your team perform a few times this season, and each time I see them, it looks like y'all are getting better and better each game. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. You are just coming back off a knee injury. I think you came back. What was it? The second, maybe third game of the season.
Yeah. I came back the third game. The second game I was supposed to sit out too, but that one got canceled for weather.
So I got to ask you: are you feeling like you're back at 100% now, or do you feel like you're progressing in the right direction?
I mean, I'd say I'm back at 100 now. Definitely after Friday night. Feels normal. So
I got to ask you. At the start of that game, you all, they fumbled, but the player was down. Then Middlesboro got possession, and then you all fumbled. And after Sayre scored, it just seemed like right there, it was just like, you all flipped the switch and just never looked back after that. Well, what sparked in you all after that possession change?
After that, we just knew we couldn't let off at all. We had to keep pushing every possession to be able to win that game. So, I just say being behind is really what made us flip the switch.
So I do got to ask you also, in that same game, it was like a tale of two halves. The first half, it was kind of like a back and forth kind of battle. The second half, it was just like you all just came out and just said, we're going to say no. And that's what you all did. Y'all just kind of done multiple goal line stances, got interceptions, sacks, forced them to punt multiple times. So what did you all adjust to allow your defense to be that aggressive?
We knew like defense was going to be a big key because Sayre's got a really good offense. So we knew we'd have to get some stops to be able to win. And then us having that interception at the end, that helped us big time. That pretty much sealed the game.
I'm getting stressed by the deer, bro.
So this is a little bit, off script. Are you a fan of the RPI process, or do you like the old school?
I'd say old school, to be honest. The RPI doesn't really make any sense. So,
Okay.
Jacob, I've been studying this RPI since he started it, and I thought I know it.
yeah.
I thought I knew it, but every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't know this. I'm like you. It runs in riddles. It's like there's no understanding to it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, so that's what us three was talking about before the show, trying to figure out how all this played into factors, but none of it makes sense. But you got your first couple playoff games at home. So how do you think that's going to help you?
I think it's going to help us out a lot because our fans been showing up, and that always makes it harder on the other team. And for us not having to travel, that's going to help us too. So,
I do got to ask you, what's it like playing a football game on Halloween night?
It felt pretty cool, I feel like it brought up the atmosphere a lot with it being Halloween night. So,
but before I get you back over to Bart, beginning of the season, you all had Breathitt County, and I think they had y'all at like a 7% chance or something like that to come out victors of that game. But it seemed like after that game, you all just had something to show all season. So I got to ask you, what did you all do from that point forward?
I mean, people just thinking that we wasn't going to win any games this year and everything. I mean, it just kind of made us feel like we had to like prove a point. So, and I mean, we did that with being undefeated. So,
Absolutely. But Mark,
Jacob, I gotta ask you something a little funny, but being on Halloween night, did any of you try to sneak
No.
some Halloween makeup on before the game?
no, I don't think so. I don't think anybody did.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want you to call them out or anything like that. I don't want the locker room falling apart, But yeah, I understand. So I gotta ask you, stay on the Halloween vibes,
Yeah.
and you're never too old for candy. I know you're too old to trick or treat and all that stuff now, but if you had your choice between Halloween candy, what's your favorite?
I already have 2 Robux.
My favorite candy probably have to be Twix.
Oh yeah, I like Twix. I like eating chocolate bars, the Twix or the Reese cups or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think Ryan, what do you like there? Ryan, I think showing us some Sour Patch stuff there.
I haven't been fun of me, but I like the Reese's cups better than anything.
I do too. I like them little small Hershey bars and Mr. Good bars and stuff like that too. Edward probably likes that little. It's I tell what Edward likes. He probably likes peppermint candy or something. York patties.
now, to be honest with you, I'm a fan of anything sour.
Okay, Edward always has to be different, Jacob. That's the reason I'm losing my hair and all this other stuff. But that's the story for. But a big win for you Friday. I know that's not the end. You've got the second season starting, and I know that you are cranked up, ready to go for it. But can I ask you one thing, and then I'll let Edward and Ryan do their deal. But uh, I know what your team's ultimate goal is, and by how you just played all year, you just got to go. We know what the goal is. So what is it going to take for you to be the last team standing?
I mean, we're gonna have to work and practice and just
Don't die.
stay focused. I mean, just keep playing every game with we got a grudge to win. So, and I mean, it's probably nobody's probably going to think that we can make it that far, but
Absolutely. And Joseph says Jacob Tennell a dog. I guess that's in a good way. And Teresa, I believe, says Rod, you're going to have to read that.
Hashtag do your thing, J Ray 7.
We get a lot of love and support, but I think there's a lot of people in this area that's jumped on that bandwagon. Hopefully you got enough room for all of them that's jumping on.
yeah.
Edward and has really been preaching Millsboro football all year, and we have too. And now I can see a lot more people like, oh, Millsboro's for real now. Like you should have listened to us at the beginning of the year. We do this, but we knew that this was a surprise. It was coming. But just keep it up. Good luck in the playoffs and go win the whole thing now and throw me some of them Mr. Good bars whenever you get to parade. But before we let you go, we're going to ask a favor from you. We're going to we started something last year on our Field of 64. We disregarded all the basketball teams. We put our favorite restaurants. I think Texas Roadhouse won the national championship. So this year we're trying our favorite sports movies. I think we're down to the final 8. Am I right, Ryan?
Yep, tonight starts the Elite 8.
So we're going to ask you if you would vote on their sports movies thing, and I think Everett's got a few things made up for you.
All righty.
Sandlot versus Rocky 2.
Sandlot.
Oh, I don't know.
Remember the Titans versus 23 Black.
I have to go with Remember the Titans on that one.
I can't read your mind.
Blindside versus Hoosiers.
The blind side.
Ouch.
Ooh. Friday Night Lights versus Happy Gilmore.
Friday Night Lights.
Interesting. I feared Happy Gilmore would try to put a run clock on them, but I believe Friday Night Lights is holding their own there.
Yeah, for sure.
But Edward, I know you probably got a few things for him. But Ryan, you got anything else to say to us for let Edward have it?
Jacob, I just want to best of luck to y'all, you and your team during the playoffs, and go make it to the state championship.
4 times.
Sir, thank you.
So, Jacob, I got one final question for you before I show you a few things we put together for you. So, through your time playing football, it can be in the backyard throwing the football around. It can be a varsity game, out at the park with friends, anything. What's your favorite all-time memory playing football?
Favorite all-time memory. After our first win last year, that's probably up there when we beat Holy Cross Covington, I think, after our first win last year. Or after we beat Pineville. Those are both pretty fun memories.
Absolutely. So, Jacob, we do tend to put together a couple graphics for each student athlete that comes on our show, and this is our way of saying thank you for taking your time. And I'll get these sent over to you, and they will also be posted on all of our social media sites. But I'm going to ask you for one huge favor. Out of the two graphics we put together for you, tell me which one of the two you like the most.
All right. I like that one. That was nice.
Bro, why are you so loud?
I'd probably say the second one. I like that second one the best.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank
you bribing our guest all the time now.
Well, it's working, right? We're sort of on a win streak a little bit here. We won last 6 out of 7 or something like that.
I do have to tell you, I like that one with this the way the pitch was taken. You took the picture, Edward, and just the way it is. I can't help it.
Wait.
Jacob, I'll pay you. I'll borrow some money from Edward here after a while, but I'll pay you.
But Jacob, I do personally want to thank you for taking your time to come on. And from everything I've seen, you're killing it. Your team's killing it. You've only got one more thing to do, but you got 5 steps to get there, and just bring that hardware back home.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Brian, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. So short and sweet, nope. But Jacob, just piggybacking off of what Edward said, good luck to you personally in the future. Good luck to your team, and go bring that hardware home. And if when you do reach that goal, just remember, throw me them little Reese cups and all the good chocolate candies. Throw Edward all them little peppermint things that nobody wants. Throw him that hard candy, and I'll be sitting there with a smile like, "Thank you, Jacob. Thank you." But again, just good luck. You've just been awesome all year. Just keep that train rolling.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Now we're going to switch gears up a little bit. And we're going our next guest, Sanders Turner. And like I said, I've been on their radio show there, and I was a nervous wreck. I think they're probably much more cooler customers than me, but I just thought I had to get them on because they really know their stuff, and they treated me quite well. And like I said, they gave me a comforting feeling because I was sitting there shaking. But after talking to them, I just know that they was good old boys like us. But let's go ahead and bring them on. Sanders Turner. Thank you for coming on, Sanders.
Well, thank you, and good to meet you guys.
And from the world famous 97.3 WJSN Sport Talk, and just tell us a little bit about that show because I've absolutely fell in love with it.
It's been on for years. Before a couple of them, one of the DJs passed away there several years ago with cancer. Was
Sorry for the
really
loss.
well liked in the community. I'm
Bro,
at a
can't
loss
find
for words on
now.
what his name was. Niece, I think. Doug Niece, yes. He hosted that for
Not a
years, and
very
then
big book.
former Lee's College basketball
I'm
coach,
coming
men's
to the
coach, Cluster Harrod,
restroom.
he helped host that as well. And then the torch was passed on to James Elliott and Coach John Couch. He coached at Jackson City for a while, and he's an elementary school teacher, being a principal there, and they do a good job. And then they have me help along too. So sometimes I guest host with them, and then they sometimes have me on as interviewee. So it's a great show. It's been on for a long time, and I'm telling you, James Elliott Turner, he is worldwide. That man knows a lot of people. He has a lot of contacts. So and he's a great
Well,
guy, and John is too.
I was gonna let you on a deep dark secret. I'm jealous of you. You get all these guests every week, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, I, I know how hard it is to get
Are you in the
guests.
bed?
Well,
Where are
myself,
you?
I wouldn't know half. I wouldn't even know half. Probably not even a fourth of the people James Elliott knows. So he is just great. He's of course a former coach himself at Riverside, and I think maybe an assistant maybe at Breathitt High some years ago, and he does a great job. He's the circuit court clerk, county clerk here in Breathitt County, and he uh, he just got a lot of contacts and is big in sports. He's got a little he has a holiday kind of type basketball event going on each November or December there. Maybe coming up for too long. I think it's in December, maybe. And then we have a Kentucky Sports All Stars, Prep All Stars event there at Jackson City each spring, right after the state tournament in March or April.
Kathy, when I let it
Sometimes
be on the
it's just a
tablet.
scheduling conflict. We have to go by that. But I've helped him with that the last 3 years, and it's really a great event for the youth. And we have a lot of kids down from your way. You're from Laurel County, right?
Well, I'm from Whitley, but I graduated from Laurel County, so yeah, that's
Okay. Yeah.
up there
In
right there.
fact, I just got back from that neck of the woods about an hour ago. So we went on from church, and we go to church in Owsley County. I'm in southwestern Breathitt County. Just it's less than
Kathy,
an
get
hour
off your
from my
tablet.
house to London, and of course the Highway 30 is a good road now, so we can get there quicker than we used to.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. I know. I mean, I'm gonna let you in on another secret too. Whenever I got on your show, I was nervous, but I get nervous on every show I do. I still get nervous on interviews and everything else. I'm just a nervous. Edwards are a cool, calm, collected person up there. He don't get nervous for nothing. But
You know,
but
I've not been doing too many shows with them, but
But here's
it's
the
it's
stairs
just
in the other
natural to
yard.
me anymore. I
Bye.
mean, I first thought, when they asked me to come on, it's been about probably 4 years ago. They asked me to come on the show, and I thought, "Are you kidding?" And then I got this Turner Sports Group started, on
yeah.
Facebook, and it's grown a lot. I've got over 2,000 members, and hope that it continues to grow. And it's just natural for me to get on the mic and speak.
Don't make me clean
It's
so I have
not.
to go.
And then I do announcements in my church and everything. Get up and do the announcements, help lead the choir and that kind of
Bye.
thing. So it's not that big a deal for me. So
So with the Turner Sports Group, what exactly do you just like cover a little bit of everything, or they one certain sport you just
yeah,
like?
yeah. It's kind of spectrum. I cover a whole lot of stuff, but I like to do the high school and basketball and football, and that kind of thing. And I like, do the coverage of, do some UK stuff, and then of
I
course
can't use your
Cincinnati
cat.
Bengals, Cincinnati Reds, that kind of thing. Some NBA, not so much NFL, but I
No.
cover a little bit of everything.
Well, I think
And
Ryan and
I
you
like
go
to
ahead.
promote, the grade schools some too, and just really, especially the high school, I like to promote those athletes and get that name out there, because it is their future.
Well, talking sports, there's a lot going on at UK. Not only just basketball, football, big volleyball win today, and
Hmm.
just I'm sure Ryan and Edwards want to ask you some stuff on that, and Edward might want to hit you up some high school stuff though. But Ryan and Edward, the floor is yours.
I'm actually going to go with the high school.
At any
They're in the
time,
14th
okay?
region. What's it like in the 14th
Not
region?
hearing
We cover we cover the 13th region. What's it like in the 14th region basketball?
Okay. Bye.
I don't hear you, bub.
Yeah, there's some echo, a little bit of
Yeah, I'm not
background.
hearing. I'm not hearing anything at all, Mark.
I think he was asking you about 14th region basketball. If you had
Yeah,
any, what your thoughts on it this year?
what's it
Oh,
like
so he's
in the
asking about
14th region?
14th region basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
Which the men's or girls or both?
Both.
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 Yeah.
Well, how can I not hear? Why can I not hear him?
Yeah, I think he's asking about boys and girls.
Is it something on my end or his end? Mark?
Nah. He's getting the echo.
I
Oh,
took off my headphones.
what do you say?
I think he said he took off his headphones, but he was asking about 14th region basketball
Okay.
and boys and girls.
It's going to be the boys. It's going to be really, really competitive, very balanced. There could be 5, 6, 7 teams come out of that region and go to the state tournament. That's how balanced it is this year. Not so much as the last 2 years, where it's been mostly like the top 3, Breathitt, Hazard. It's going to be. There's a good balanced. Going to be coming out of the region this year. There's, of course, I think most of the media outlets are picking Prairie Central, I think, and then the list Hazard, Prairie Central, and Powell County, I think, are the top 3 with Knox County in number 5. I think they've got Letcher County's number 4, I believe. They're going to be really, really good. They've got a lot of good returning players. They've had some transfers to come in. Hazard had, of course, they've got a new coach, and then Jeff Honeycutt. They've got Hazard's got the former North Central coach, Casey Huff, and then of course Hazard, the legendary Al Holland. He left, and Casey come and took that over, that position, that coaching position. We wish him well. And then of course Jeff Honeycutt moved back to Knox County because he's a native Knox Countyan. And he's taken over the boys program there. He done so well with the girls program for about 5 years. He took 5 different times. He took that girls team to the state tournament. Of course, we know he took Breathitt County to the state tournament last year. But the top 5, Breathitt is going to be in major rebuild. Losing 8 seniors, it's going to be really tough. They've got one starter returning, Peyton Collins, and he's really good. He's good defender. He's a little small kid, but he's a good defender, very quick. And if he can really light it up, if he gets hot from the 3-point range, he can really light it up. And another guy that saw some a whole lot of playing time come off the bench. He was probably like their 6th man almost. Between him and a couple more, it varied. But Austin McInnes, he's a senior and he's experienced. He will really make a lot of he'll be a lot of help to the team. It's going to be a very young team, but they're really talented. Not so much as far as they don't have any veteran leadership other than McInnes and Collins. So it's going to be a rebuilding year for them. And then Wolf County's got a good senior team coming back. It's really going to be really, really very competitive, and it's going to be interesting to see come March.
But Edward,
So, what all regions do you cover?
Is there a question? The girls.
What all regions
It
does
may
he
be
cover?
something I've done, Mark.
No, I hear you good. He's asking what all regions do you cover?
I've covered right with Turner Sports Group. I do,
Yeah.
around the local mountains. Just try to get in the mountain schools as much
Yeah.
as I possibly can. I do some 15th, some 13th, and of course the 15th region has got uh, Braxton Keithley, and I'm sure you've heard that name, Braxton Keithley. He's a really, really good ball player, junior to be, and he is the state's returning leading scorer. I average about 36 points a game.
Woo.
And he has transferred to Martin County, which will make them a definite threat to get back to state tournament. And then, of course, Lawrence County, I think, is maybe picked to win, preseason picked to win, but now they better not count out Martin County, especially with Braxton Keithley.
Yep.
And then the 13th region, I want to think maybe North Laurel. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. Reese
Not so
Davidson.
much with Reese Davidson. I think they're thinking maybe they will repeat. Have they got any additional new players since March?
Honestly, Sanders, it's hard for me to keep up that transfer portal.
It
I've
is
been
for me
burnt.
too.
I've been burnt
See,
so many times. I'm like, yeah,
oh
with
yeah,
this guy, and all of a sudden they're not with them no more.
yeah. It's unbelievable the transfer thing. This
Yeah.
transfer thing. College is filtered down to high school, and it's just crazy, really. I was going to mention Prairie Central. They've got two really good transfers come into their program, so they are going to be a bona fide. Maybe I'm thinking that it's Hazard, Prairie Central, and Powell County is how everyone's preseason, no, most of the preseason media polls have picked it that away. Prairie
Yeah.
Central got two really good transfers, and Dalton Combs from Hazard, and he's one of the state's best guards in the mountains. And then got Jaden Hacker from, he's a junior, I believe. Jaden Hacker from Leslie County. He's a really good ball player as well. He's a guard. He's a good size guard and can play forward. And he's just improving each and every year. And it's going to make Prairie Central really good. They've got a lot of young players. They lost some good talent off that team. Uh, I think maybe Hazard maybe got a transfer or two. I'm not sure. Um, and then I think they maybe got a kid from Knott Central, or maybe a couple that came over with Casey Huff. And don't rule out John Noble with Leslie County. He's got some good young players returning, and I'm telling you, and Owsley County. Owsley County, let me tell you, you better not sleep on Owsley County. They were really just about there with the top last 5, 6, 8 teams last year. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with. I think Tyson Gross is doing a really good job there, and I spoke with him just a couple of weeks ago. He is excited, and he has got some veteran players back, plus got some good sophomore players on his team. Really young team, and let me tell you, I watched some of their grade school kids. They have got a great future there at Owsley County.
Yeah,
And
ask
then, of
him if
course,
he's
Lee
seen any.
County's got, Corey Flincham's one of the top scorers in the state.
Ask him if he's seen any surprises in football this season.
Did you hear him, Sanders?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
It might be. It might be. I might have sent you a bad link. That might be on me. But he was asking you, have you seen any surprises in high school football this year? Anything surprised you?
Let me think. I'm really surprised with Prestonsburg how impressive they are and undefeated. And I don't think they were thought to be, going to be undefeated, but they were expected to have a good year. But they have really been impressive. They beat a really good Knott Central team Friday night on Knott
Yeah.
Central's home field, and Knott Central's no pushover.
Yep.
And then Breathitt played a really good team Friday night. The Russell Red Devils. They're a really good team. They came in and it was really close at the halftime. Breathitt's strong at home now, and
Yeah.
it was really close at halftime. It was only like 13-6. And then Breathitt just kind of opened it up in the second half, got some really good defensive stops, an interception or two, and I think a fumble recovery, and it was just from there they went on and won like 36-13 or no 40. It was pretty
Yeah.
wide margin there they won by, but Russell is good. They're going to be make a little bit of noise there, but Belfry and Beechwood in Class 2, they're the tops. So, and Prestonsburg is in Class 2 though, so you better not rule them out. As
Go
far as
ahead, Mark.
Breathitt, third district was really weak, and then but now they played a pretty decent schedule. They lost early in the year to Middlesboro and Hazard. And Hazard, since Hazard beat Breathitt, since that game they've really hit the skids. They struggled, and then they've had a killer schedule. They have played teams like Campbellsville, uh, uh, Pikeville, Somerset. That's who they've got. They lost to Friday night.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking Raceland, and then they've had a very strong schedule.
Edward, do you have anything else?
No, you can go ahead, Mark.
Oh, I didn't get to the girls. I'm sorry. The girls' 14th region.
Go
Want
ahead.
me to speak on that just a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Not Central lost some good players, and they're going to be kind of young, but they have some good girls returning, good senior girls returning, junior team girls. Yeah, don't rule them out. I think they're predicted preseason number 3, and that's probably where I'd have them. Breathitt County, Hazard has got an excellent team. They come in a little bit of going to the state tournament this last spring. They almost knocked off Knott County, and Breathitt County is preseason ranked number 2. They have a good transfer in Macy Brown. They got Macy Brown from Owsley County, one of the state's top big girls, center, and she's going to help Breathitt out a whole lot. Because Breathitt, that's the one thing seems like Breathitt's girls have lacked over the last several years is a post player. And she's really good passer, and she's really good rebounder. She's a double-double machine, so that makes Breathitt even more potent. But Hazard is really young, but they're really talented, and they have the Fronaple. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Maddie Fronaple or Napple, something like that. She's one of the top players in the region, and she's going to hopefully they're hoping that for big things. They're expecting big things there in Hazard with that girls team and boys team both. And I forgot to mention who am I thinking of? There's another thing. Powell County. Oh yeah, Powell County. Powell County. Let me tell you what. You better watch for them and the boys. They have an excellent coach. They've got a lot of veteran players returning. Bryson Edwards, one of the top players in the region, could contend for Player of the Year in the region, and he is back with a lot of more seniors, and then they've got a lot of good young players. They're going to have a deep bench. They can go 7, 8, 9 players deep, and that makes for a good team, especially come tournament time. So. And Josh Crow, he's a really good coach. He's an energetic. He likes to run up and down the court, and he's really energetic. So he brings that to his team too.
Before we let you go, and I think Ryan might. I know that there's something. I'm probably something on my end. I might send you a bad link. We get that every now and then. It's probably the reason why you're not hearing Edward and Ryan. It's probably on me and Edward, he'll scold me after the show. Told me I did it all wrong, but Edward's like that. But before we let you go, I just gotta have your quick thoughts on. And I know what you texted me about you being a Bengals fan and cover Kentucky too. But have you ever watched a game like you did, or did you actually watch the Cincinnati game today?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't. I was gone actually. Like I mentioned earlier, I was gone to London there with my
Oh,
family.
okay. Well. Thankfully, you didn't have to watch that. I don't even want to go into details about how that game
I
ended.
take it didn't have a good turnout, so
No,
or outcome.
I'm sure you'll hear enough about it during the week. I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen stuff like that before, but if it'll happen to the Bengals every time.
Yeah.
And
you get so up for that team when they start doing well, and then all of a sudden the bottom just drops out.
oh yeah,
Kind of like
I
with the
just
Reds. The
I,
same seems like the same with the Reds.
I've always just like, am I ever going to see a Super Bowl before my time's up? But I don't think I'm ever going to see the Bengals win a Super Bowl before my time's up. I've gave up on it. I've give up
Yeah,
on
yeah, they've lost what four? Both they've made
it.
four
Yeah.
appearances and lost every time. They're about like the Buffalo Bills. They just can't get over the hump.
Okay, some Kentucky stuff here. Big, opening exhibition win in basketball. Knock off the number one team in the country in style, and then just flat
Collapse.
lay an egg against
Yeah,
Georgetown. All of a
they.
sudden, people like, well, these exhibitions matter. Then when we lose, oh, they don't matter. They don't matter. But no, granted, we was out three players that game, three very, very good players that
Hmm.
game.
Yeah.
So I know it's early exhibition, but do you take anything in the exhibition at all?
Well, like Pope said, and it should be a learning experience for them. That last game with Georgetown, that was just like you said, it was a clunker. They laid an egg. They weren't playing team ball. They were playing one on one. They were making sloppy passes, taking too quicker shots, and the defense didn't seem to be there. The crispness with the passing was not there like it was in the game before with Purdue. It's like almost like a big letdown.
Yeah.
And they overlooked the Georgetown, and their physicality bothered them. And that's been a problem with several UK teams the last few years is physicality. But they say that the physicality is there. I don't know if it may improve with when Quaintance comes back. If Quaintance does come back, see that's a big if right
That's
there.
the big if.
Quaintance,
I'm wondering if he
yes,
does.
he and his conditioning, he probably is not being able to do much conditioning as far as you know before they're thinking maybe he may not make it to play till the SEC starts. So, and you wonder about his conditioning as well. But the team is just so soft. And what is it with guys that they're so soft they get hurt easily? And then Kentucky's been plagued with injuries the last 3, 4, 5 years. It was even several years there with Calipari. It's just unbelievable how are they getting hurt so easily?
Yeah, it's almost just a recurring thing. But love this interview, and I'm definitely going to try and get you back on. And it's been a really, really good interview. But before we let you
Thank
go,
you.
can we ask a small favor from you?
Sure.
We've been voting on our best sports movies. We started our Field of 64 last year. We canceled out the basketball team. We did favorite restaurants. I think Texas Roadhouse won our national championship. After we gave them all that love, they didn't give those free coupons or
Oh
anything.
my. Well, what about
I,
them?
I
Shame
know.
on them.
And then now we're doing our favorite sports movies. I think we're down to our final 8. So
Hmm.
if we can we get you the vote on?
I sure can. Now there's some I may not have seen, but now I like sports movies quite a
Yeah.
bit. But there's probably some I've not seen. I may have to go and look at them before long.
Okay, Sandlot versus Rocky 2.
I like Sandlot. It just brings back memories, of playing pickup games on the Sandlot, the little ball field we had here in the community. I just love that movie for some reason. It seems like I can relate to it.
Okay. Our next one is Remember the Titans or 23 Blasts.
I gotta admit, I've not seen either of those, so I need to watch those.
But 23 Blasts, it was basically filmed in Corbin.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I've never heard
Yeah.
of that one. So is it
It was,
like just independent film or?
yeah, it was at the movie theaters and stuff like that. It was basically a lot, basically everything about Corbin's football field. It's about I'm having a brain hiccup now. Maybe Ryan or Edward could help me, but about the guy that
Travis
played,
Freeman.
yeah, Travis Freeman that played football blind for Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was basically about him. Really good movie. Really good movie.
Oh,
But it's all
what can
Corbin.
I view it? What can I view it on online, on streaming, or?
Yeah, you can probably stream it. Just 23 blasts. Uh, but yeah, it's a real good movie. It's got a lot of the local teams on it, like Whitley and Bell's on it, and stuff like that. A lot of the games are played at the actual Corbin football field or the old Lincoln football field. So it's
Yeah.
pretty neat seeing a lot of Corbin in there.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've heard of Remember the Titans, but just haven't watched it yet.
The blind
Hoosiers.
side,
No.
the
Sorry
blind
about that.
side versus the Hoosiers.
Okay, I have to admit, I've not seen The Blind Side either, but I have the Hoosiers.
I, li-
And I got to go with Hoosiers there because I can relate to that one as well.
I
Coming
agree
from
with you.
high school
Who's
back in the 70s and 80s, and all that hoopla back then, and those that it's just I can relate with it.
it's hard to beat the Hoosiers. I like that
Yes,
movie.
yeah.
And then Friday Night Lights versus Happy Gilmore.
I like Happy Gilmore and I like Adam Sandler, so I got to go with that one.
I agree with you on that one.
I'm more of a comedy person than I'm a dramatic person. But
I am
I tell
too.
you, there was a movie we watched our youth group and during Bible school they showed it on family night. I can't remember the name of it, but uh, it had a sports theme to it. It's about the little guy that was crippled, and he Dennis Quaid stars in it. I love that movie. Can you guys remember it? I'm having a brain fog, so can you remember
I,
the name of that movie? Have you seen it?
I know what you're talking about. I'm like you. I'm not. It's not registering up here, but I think that's an age thing or something.
Yeah.
I cannot remember.
And then when you get my age, it gets worse, guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
But
can you remember the name of that movie? It was a baseball movie,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was based on a guy that was trying to make the major leagues. It's an excellent movie. It's a faith-based movie too. It has some scenes in it, but I recommend it if you've not seen it. And He was crippled, and he learned he worked. He wanted to be a baseball player. It was based on a true story. He actually didn't make it to the major leagues, but he was in the minor leagues. The Hill. That's what it's called. My
Okay.
wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, my
Yeah.
wife. The Hill. Have you seen it?
Yeah. No,
No, I
I,
haven't.
I've not
Oh,
seen it all the way through. I've seen most of it.
Orion,
But
you got to
yeah.
watch that one. And
Yeah.
Edward, if you've seen it, you need to watch it. If you've not, but
But
it's really good. I liked it. I could relate to it too because we grew up in a rural area and played pickup games all the time when I was young. And
but Sanders, I want to thank you for your time and thank you for coming on. I know you got a lot of stuff going on with Turner Sports, and you're welcome back on anytime. And I'm definitely going to reach back out to you, especially when we start getting into the heart of basketball season. You know, you have a lot of 13th against 14th region matchups and stuff, and
oh yeah,
yeah, and just talk good old basketball and talk a little Kentucky basketball, and maybe we could cry on each other's shoulders about some Cincinnati football or something. I don't know. I've almost got numb to it, but
well, and I got to admit, I wanted Toronto to win the World Series
well,
because
yeah,
L.A. and New York they buy their championships every year. It's just and they need to put a salary cap on.
ninth inning, you had the bases loaded, one out, and you can't pull that game off. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I knew after that ninth inning it was
I
over.
mean, I always just put the ball in play,
Yeah, just
and
contact. That's
see
all you
how
got to
to
do.
see what happens.
Yeah,
Hey, I've
I know.
enjoyed it, and I've talked too much. I know,
But
but
I'm like
nice
you.
meeting you guys.
No,
I
we
wished I
all
could have.
talk too much. Trust me. But
I wished I
uh,
could have heard Ryan's questions. Edward, did you have any questions? Hang on a minute. He's got his mic muted, I believe. I see a little. microphone icon there. So,
but yeah, salary caps most definitely need it in baseball. It's unreal. The
yeah.
small market does
Well,
not.
and NBA too, really. NBA too.
Yeah. It
Hey,
works
guys,
well
I got
for
a
football.
question. I'm sorry, I got a question. Is it possible that G League players can come back and play college? Are you hearing that?
I've
Yes.
heard Louisville.
That's crazy. They could be 30 years old, 35 years old, come back and play college ball.
If that's true, why don't we go back down and get Butler and Jackson Robinson, all them? I mean,
Yeah,
if
I mean,
Louisville can get them, I can't wait.
and what is going on with UK football? I mean,
Well,
they put the money out. They put the NIL money out for the basketball players. Is that probably a part of
well
Kentucky's
well
problem? They
well
didn't.
the football won the loser leave town matchup. So they went ahead and fired Hughes Freeze today
I
for
saw
getting beat
that.
by
Yeah,
Kentucky.
James Elliott told me about that. So, and there's subject to be several more before it's over in the SEC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, South Carolina's coach and some of these teams, Mississippi State's coach.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You know that if you're not winning, you're in jeopardy of losing your job. Is Stoops going to be gone, guys?
I'm afraid if he beats Florida and can pull one out against Vanderbilt or Louisville, I think he stays.
I agree. Yeah, but now Vandy, my goodness, I saw
Vandy's good. Vandy's
on
good.
Facebook someone said the AP top 15, 25, or top 10 is like a poll from back in the 70s. You know,
Yeah.
with teams like Indiana and teams like Indiana and Vandy and teams you seldom heard of is back in the top 15. You know.
Well, Vandy took one on the chin against Texas, but they're
Ah,
really good though.
yeah, that's their second loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they lost to Alabama, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good to see programs like them though get some notoriety and get some attention, you know, and that's good for recruiting for them.
Absolutely. But Sanders, we do want to thank you for your time, and let's Ryder Edwards got anything with you. I guess we'll let you go. And do thank you for your time. We're definitely going to bring you back on.
I appreciate that, guys. Nice meeting you, and I look forward to the next time.
Ryan or Edward, do you have anything for him?
No, but just best of luck to whatever y'all cover and throughout y'all's season.
Edward, you have anything?
Just kind of what Ryan said, just best of luck on the sports that he covers this season.
Well, I don't know if you heard that, Sanders, but they just
I
wish
didn't
you
hear it. I'm
best.
sorry.
They just wish you best of luck in what you do, and keep on keeping on. And we'll be talking real soon. I'll reach back out to you really soon.
Okay, thank you guys, and appreciate that. And
Hey.
have a good evening, good night, and yeah, hopefully, anytime you want me back on, I appreciate it.
We'll definitely bring you back home
Nice,
for sure.
nice meeting you guys too.
Okay, have a good evening.
And tune us in on Sports Talk on Monday nights, most time Monday nights on WJSN 97.3 from 5:30 to 7:30. Most of the time it's on Monday nights. Sometimes there's a scheduling conflict, and now I think it's sometimes they're on 2 nights a week. Just have to check on Facebook. They're on Facebook, so.
Yeah.
And now this Friday night, I think they're not on again until Friday night, just before the football game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Plays St. Henry.
I like listening to you, fellas. You know your stuff. But again, thank you for coming on, and we'll have you on really soon.
Okay, you guys have a good night. You're very welcome. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, you too.
Good.
That was a great interview, and I knew it would be. And like I said, whenever I went on their show, I was like, but they just got, just talking to Sanders there, he just one of us. He's just a good old country boy. They just like sitting around talking about sports, and and he really knows his stuff. He really knows his stuff about the 14th region. I learned some stuff there, and very thankful for him, and another good interview too. But let's switch gears for a little bit. We was talking about this a little bit before the show kicked off. We did some of our mock brackets. Let's say the Bryant Family Medicine mock brackets and potential matchups that could be on down the road. And you was talking about single A. Edward, talk a little bit about what you was saying that could potentially work out on down the road in single A. Because we as media, we can go ahead and put these games in place. I know these coaches will say one game at a time, but we could look ahead.
Well, you can't ever count any team out on any given Friday night. Because when any team puts their pads on, they'll tell you the same thing. They come to win.
Yep.
But basing everything off from how RPI is set up, you have a potential chance that a Middlesboro could be meeting, a Pikeville, traveling to Pikeville in the third round. And then you'll have like a Lexington Sayre possibly traveling to a Raceland in the third round. And then if you go off from, how everything played out regular season, I am pretty sure Sayre and Raceland, is going to be a tight battle, but you have a potential of a Middlesboro Sayre rematch in the fourth round of the playoffs. But,
Wow.
You got to get by the very first game first for that to happen.
I get my first game. So, it's always one game at a time. It's playoff time. It's win or go home. All these teams going to lay it on the line for sure.
So if you look at Middlesboro's run, they got Harlan Independent right out the gate. Then
which ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to be
it's
easy.
not going to be easy.
Harlan ain't going to lay down for nobody.
Exactly. And then you'll have a very strong, and you heard it from him first, Hazard team traveling to Middlesboro. And then Middlesboro has a potential to have to be playing a Pikeville for the next round, and then a possible matchup against either Raceland or Sayre, or depending on who's left in the RPI bracket. But if it plays out correctly, then they'll have a potential matchup against a Lexington Sayre again.
If you're Middlesboro, you're going to earn it. You started out with Harlan, and then you're potentially looking at Hazard. And we firsthand heard Sanders talking about Hazard, about everybody they played. Hazard has played everybody. So that has potential of being an absolute. I don't know what you could say. I mean, and then like you said, you're looking at Harlan, Hazard, trip to Pikeville, another rematch against Sayre before you even get to the carpet. So if Middlesboro gets there, they earned it. They're playing the best of the best.
They'll be battle tested before they even get there.
Absolutely. So if they get to the carpet, they won't be gun shy because they've already went through a jargon. I don't know the word he would say about that. Wow. Right? I looked at 3A. Did you look at another class there?
I did look at 4A. I did not get a chance to do 2A. I couldn't do 5A because it was incomplete at the moment. But
tell us a little bit about 4A.
I mean, what can you not say about 4A? I mean, you got some teams that 4A is loaded. I mean, I'm gonna go by Corbin for example here. If they get to that regional finals, which they should, and nothing messes up with the RPI stuff, you're looking at a potential rematch with Boyle County at Boyle County. And if you get by that one, who knows where it goes to? But I mean, I'm gonna tell you, 5A, whoever makes it to Kroger Field in Lexington, it's gonna be battle tested before they get there because there's a lot of teams that can win it.
I've been looking at 3A all day, and I know Bill took a heartbreaking loss. As far as RPI terms, would it have cost him a home game? maybe, but I've looked at it, and potentially we're looking at like maybe a Bell, like Lawrence County third round game, and then according to who all, again gets beat above them, the little Memorials, the Murrays, and I'm telling you, Murray has a very hard second round matchup. Don't look past Hart County. Hart County can very easily beat Murray. And then Lloyd Memorial has back to back really, really hard ones in East Carter, and then a possible matchup against, I'm trying to think of the other, Bourbon County.
Bourbon County.
At Bourbon County, which they'd only beat by 2 points earlier in the year. And Ryan Edward, educate me here, but wasn't this the same East Carter team that pushed Bell County to the max, to the limit? And that was the year that Bell County made their run to the carpet.
Yes.
Yep.
East Carter can play, folks. Lloyd Memorial's got back-to-back wars on them. They've got to get past them two teams. And it ain't easy for Bell County either, because potentially they're looking at Letcher County Central in the second round and possibly a Lawrence in the third. And I'm telling you, that's not going to be easy. Lawrence County's not easy. But now, I will tell you one thing that I did see. Don't count out the Rock at all. Don't count out Rockcastle County at all. And another one that you can't count out either is Louisville Central. And Louisville Central is still laying in the heat there also. I think in 3A, from what I've seen, there's going to be a lot of. I don't think the RPI is going to play it out. There's too many good teams out there. And I think Rockcastle County is subject to make a big run. I think Louisville Central could make a big run. Lexington Catholic, if you're Lexington Catholic, you got to be banging your head against the wall because they're looking at potential matchup against Christian Academy Louisville in third round. And I'm telling you, Christian Academy Louisville, you've been rolling everybody all year. But this is the same Lexington Catholic team that did beat Bull County. So you better be on your A game. And imagine if Lexington Catholic goes up there and beats Christian Academy Louisville.
I mean, you talk about shocking the state of Kentucky.
But it can't happen.
Well, you'll call it shocking the state of Kentucky. Lexington Catholic will call it saying, I told you so.
Yeah, they can play, folks. They can play.
Because like I said, no matter what the RPI states on the team, every team is coming into the game saying, we're going to win, we're better. So, RPI is just a number. That just means, hey, I got to travel, or hey, you're traveling to me. But what ultimately boils down to a game is who has the most heart and the most will to win.
In 5A, you got both Florida County teams that can really make runs at. But, any of our schools around here can make a run at. We don't have no cakewalk schools. We got really, really good football teams around here. And Knox Central looked good Friday night. That's a really good Williamsburg team that they beat. Williamsburg's another team that can make a run at this stuff. They were talking a little bit of Williamsburg before the show. They can absolutely pull some games off. And it's going to be fun watching the playoffs. Also, tomorrow, Williamsburg Volleyball travels to Ashland, play their first round matchups in the state tournament. And hopefully, I'm there to cover a little bit of it. And, two really, really good teams matching up. I mean, everybody got anything to say about that matchup?
I mean, I'm looking at it. I mean, I've looked into Ashland a little bit, but I mean, it's a tough schedule. I mean, both teams have, but I mean, it's gonna be a very fun one. It's gonna be battle tested. Both of them. It's gonna be. I would see this one going down to a 5 settle.
Edward?
Well, I've looked into Hazard pretty thorough. I've looked into the majority of every team left standing right now pretty thoroughly. So, but what I've seen, both teams has played a very tough and grueling schedule. But what's going to separate the game is who is again, like football, who has the will to win, but who makes the biggest key factors in that game.
Yeah. And now let's switch gears off a little bit of the high school deal. And congratulations to the Sacred Heart girls in soccer and the Saint X Tiger in soccer. And again, congratulations both of them winning state championships. And I know people's going to start getting on that bandwagon. Here we go again, private schools, private schools. Folks, do I think private schools and county schools should play for state championships? Absolutely not. And I will put that argument against anybody. Something eventually, I hope, changes. It happens in other states where county and private schools play for different championships.
Well, let me give you my argument about this. Okay, I'm 50-50. Tennessee private schools have their own state championships. And in the state championships, if you can consecutively have great seasons, they move you up in the state of Tennessee. I personally think that's something Kentucky needs to look at. Don't take into classification of your school might have 300 kids, this other school has 3,500 kids. That, yes, size of a roster might play in a little bit of a factor, but again, me and you've talked about this 1,000 times. I'd rather have 11 athletes on my team compared to having 150 players.
I get you. I would be all for that also.
But as far as private, if I'm playing in the state tournament and I win a state championship, if they're playing in their own state, if the private schools are playing in their own state tournament themselves, can you sit and say that you're the best team in the state? Or are you going to be able to say I'm the best city county team in the state?
Well, that's also true, but again, I don't think that they're playing on equal. But now the transfer stuff has equaled it some as far as county and private because you could very well get 3 or 4 super athletes decide to go to a single county school also. So I think the transfer stuff will close the gap a little bit. But I do think that there are a little bit of a gap in between but again, you still have to, like Edward says, you still have to have a living on that field. I'm sure he coaches will say that. And I mean that could be a good argument for another day, or maybe we may put that to vote on one of our pages one time about what their personal thoughts.
Real quick on that note, again, this is coming from across the state line over in Tennessee. There is talks. Will it happen? I don't know. But, again, they have their private schools separated and their city county teams separated. But they're also talking about the 2 remaining state champions in each, 1A, 2A, and so forth, competing for what they call a high school national championship. To where that way, you win a state championship, but then you can say that I was the best team in the state of Tennessee if you can beat that private school that just won. So, I think that that's something they should. Tennessee's looking into it. Will it happen? I don't know.
I like that idea.
But that way you could still say I won a state championship, but then you still get the chance to say, hey, I'm the best in the state because I just beat this private school.
Okay, and now we talk a lot of high school, but I got to jump on the college and pro real quick. I am an absolute Cincinnati Bengals fan, absolute Kentucky football fan, absolute Kentucky basketball fan. And I'm starting to become a Kentucky volleyball fan, we talked a little bit about the whole deal about Robbie Parton made a good comment right here. We'll go ahead. It's hard for somebody took it right back off.
Well, I was trying to click on it, and I guess we did it at the same time.
It's hard for a public school to recruit, but it's not for a private. That's absolutely, that's my argument. A private school could get the best of the best in the state or around the country or anything like that, where it's much more harder for public schools to do that. You got to go through a lot of a process behind it, and sometimes you can't even get the players cleared to even do it. So I absolutely agree with that, Robbie. Absolutely. But again, Kentucky football, Kentucky basketball, Cincinnati football. We've talked a little bit about that. The Bengals lost the craziest game ever. Kentucky football won loser leave town matchup. Kentucky basketball laid an egg. Maybe they'll come back out Tuesday on how to knowing how we know that they can play. And then one thing we hadn't touched upon, major victory for the Kentucky volleyball team. They're number 3 in the country. They go on the road and beat the number 2 team in the country, Texas, in a sweep. And Kentucky won a national championship a couple of years ago in volleyball, maybe 2 years ago. And this team could absolutely do it again. So as Kentucky start to become a volleyball school, but you need to go watch them girls and support them because that team is undefeated in the SEC right now. And just they're number 1 seed in the SEC. They're right on course of being the top 4 teams in the country to host games all through. And they're definitely set up. Ryan, anything you was going to say before we do our deal?
Yeah, I did finally get the things up, and I was trying to get them up as quickly as possible while you was talking about it, and I didn't get them up fast enough. But I did finally get them all made. I just put the 13 region up because I didn't have to save all 16 of them, and then I made the state tournament bracket. I know it's a little small to see, but that's the way I had to do it. But the bracket's all up on our Facebook page.
Well, you talk about somebody earns it. If Whitley does it, they're going to earn it because I think that they get Ashland tomorrow, and then there's a possibility the winner of that game meets Scott. So, that's going to be earned also. But that being said, let's go ahead and do our voting. We went past a little bit past our time, and we'll say our final things, and we'll get on out of here. On my first one right there, if it shows up, well,
me and you're clicking on that at the same time.
Rocky 2 all day long. Rocky 2.
I'm going with the Sandlot.
Edward? See, now you got people booing you, Ryan.
I'm going Rocky 2.
How can you put Sandlot over Windrock? Win. Run through a door right now thinking of that part. Remember the Titans, and 23 Black's a good movie, but remember the
Titans. I'm going with 23 Blast. I just can't. I like them both, but
see, you're getting booed again, Ryan. You're getting booed out.
I know, but it's just something about this region, and I can't help it. I just like it.
I'm gonna go with Remember the Titans. That's a hard movie to beat.
Hoosiers all day. Maybe you gotta watch Hoosiers.
That's who I went with as well.
Jimmy Chetwood, Hickory. I'll take the shot.
I went blindside.
Happy Gilmore 3 times.
I went with this Happy Gilmore as well.
I went with Happy Gilmore too.
Okay, Ryan, do you have the results for our final four?
I will here in just 1 second here.
Okay, let's give him a drum roll. We give him a drum roll. See, even you got Japan in here all of a sudden. I don't know what that was.
All right. Yeah,
See, this guy's getting impatient. You better hurry up and tell us.
the first matchup, remember the Titans won 7-2.
Yeah.
The next one, the Blind Side won 7-4.
Boo!
The next one, Friday Night Lights won 7-6.
Are you kidding me?
And then the last one, the Sandlot won 7-4.
What in the world? Happy Gilmore goes loud?
Yep. Before we started the show, it was 6-2 for Friday Night Lights.
I am like stunned. Yeah, I agree with you. Are we honestly going to say Sandlot's going to wind up winning our best sports movie ever? Sandlot. Are you
Probably.
kidding me? Over all the Rockies, over all the Hoosiers, and Remember the Titans, and Miracles, and really good historical. I know. I will start griping. Before I start griping, I'll go ahead and let Ryan get you. That's right. That's right.
And our matchup
Right.
will be for next week will be Remember the Titans versus the Blind Side, Friday Night Lights versus the Sandlot.
I know which two I'm voting already. That's not even a second thought on me.
But if you want to do, Edward, if you want to do your first, let me get my quote. I forgot to get it up.
So I'm gonna leave you with this: winning isn't getting ahead of others; it's getting ahead of yourself. Roger Starbuck.
My phone is being a little slow. I may just have to make one up. I can't get nothing to load. But I say it every week. It is now playoff time for football. It is state tournament time for volleyball. Go out, cover these athletes. They've worked hard for this. Let them be appreciated for what they did.
Football playoff time, volleyball playoff time. A lot of things going on right now. Basketball. Everything is wide open right now. High school basketball right around the corner. This is a very busy time. And again, I want to harp on Kentucky volleyball. If you've not watched them girls, take a time to go watch them girls and support Kentucky volleyball. That team is the real deal. And I would almost about say have to be one of the favorites to win the national championship this year. They absolutely took apart the Texas team that was number 2 at their home court. Like took them apart. Whitley County wish you all the best of luck. Long trip to Ashland tomorrow. And I know you'll have the girls ready, and they're going to fight hard, and they're going to lay it on the line, and hopefully they could bring back a big W on that. And also, all of our teams.
Me and Ryan's got that all day, Rob.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
I can shoot too and play defense.
Me and Ryan's got that all day long.
No, they don't, Coach. Nope. Between my granny and my hook shot and your pinpoint 3-point shooting, they just can't handle it.
I'll let Ryan Backins in the post and just eat while he's down there getting buckets.
Ryan put up a shot, put that about 25 rows up the court somewhere, and say like a Tumbo style. No, no, no. They want to be doing the Ryan all day. No, no.
He said by the
Or
time
the,
you went to
the
SWAT, he'd done
Tumbo.
already have the shot up 6 times.
Yeah. And Coach Daniels would be doing that fancy dribbling. You'd fall down, slip a half dozen times, shoot the three in your eye. That's got a running clock on that written all over it.
Well, Rob, you ain't got no worry about that. I'll lay off the Mexican for a few weeks.
Yeah. Please lay off the Mexican for a few weeks before we play. Thank you. Yeah, please lay off of that for a few weeks. Yeah. They be a little bit of, I know how Edward did since his, clear out everybody.
Hard to open the freaking door.
But that being said, good luck to all of our local teams, and love all the viewers, and thank you for the viewers for giving us your time. Great guests tonight, and just good luck to everybody right now. It's a busy time of year, and don't really have no inspirational thoughts tonight because I'm just so psyched about playoffs and everything.
She's talking about smoking weed.
Well, Rob, shoot me some times and games, and I'll definitely get down that way to check them out.
Yeah, maybe we could pull a few of them on our show too. Good interviews. But for sure, but just thank you, Coach, for everything you do for us too. And we're just going to get Ryan and Edward down there, and it's going to be the hook shot, the granny shot, Robert Dot the 3-pointers. I'm telling you, that game would get ugly quick, fellas. I'm just telling you. It get ugly quick.
I
I'll
was
have
going to
about
say Ryan by 30.
blocks. I'd have about 35 blocks. Coach Daniels, he'll hit all them daggone 3-pointers out there. Half court bombs. Yeah, yeah, that game's over quick. It's over quick.
Ryan by 30. I'll get my 5. Ryan to get the rest.
I'll be doing that Matumbo stuff with Ryan. That's all right to see all game long. Get that out of here. Get that out of here.
Nope.
But we went way over limit here, and I've got some goulash waiting for me and some cornbread, so I'm ready to eat. I love you all, but I'm starving to death here. But that, Coach Daniels, he knows. He just brings. That's what they call the truth bombs.
Well, Coach Daniels knows he ain't got no chance against me and Ryan up there because he'd have to be a 1 guard and 2 because you ain't going to do that.
I don't have to do nothing with him lighting the trees up. I'm not going to get no rebounds. All I have to do is just reject everything Ryan puts up. I will put about 35 rows in the stands over there, and hopefully nobody's watching because I'll be knocking them out.
Well, see,
Matumbo.
See, my thing is, I'd let Ryan go ahead and wear down Coach Daniels by running around the whole court. If he wore down, that's when I would.
You can't wear him down. Yeah.
Well, see, that would be the thing. I'd back him down one time, and he'd say that he's got a calf sprain or something. Say he needs a sub to go sit down. So I mean, that game gets ugly quick with me and Ryan. We're gonna win by 40.
Well, my motto is if I can't block them, I'll trip them. So no blood, no foul. So
You
Ryan,
remember they call Ryan Mr. Automatic from the free throw.
Yeah, but I'm old school. I'm back in the Jordan era. I'm not the LeBron era where, you get hit on a foul. I'm back with the Detroit Bad Boys and stuff like that, where it's physical on the inside, where you can knock people around.
Well, you got to remember that's today's era. You're already ejected out of the ball game.
See, that's what I'm saying. Every minute you fouled me, Mark. I touch you, it'd be a foul.
But all jokes aside, Coach Daniels, please send me a schedule and some times, and I'd love to come down there.
Yep, that'd be a good group to go and cover for sure, because we know that he's got a good group of guys and love the Pineville family. But that being said, I got goulash waiting for me. From all of us at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media, good night and God bless.